My child, listen to me now, because I will not make gentle what needs to be said. Something is coming tonight, and it will disturb a part of your life you believed was secure. This is not a passing message. This is urgent, and it is meant for you. I have spoken to you again and again. You felt it in those quiet moments, that pull deep inside your chest, and you pushed it away. You told yourself it meant nothing. You filled the silence with noise so you would not have to respond to me. But I do not stop speaking, just because you stopped paying attention. Understand why my voice carries such weight tonight. It is not anger. I am not speaking against you. I am speaking on your behalf. Time is closing in around something in your life, and I will not allow you to walk into it without seeing. What happens in the hours ahead will either become a blessing or become a burden, and the difference will be found in how you receive what I am saying now. You have felt an unusual heaviness recently. You could not explain it, but it stayed with you through the day and pressed against you during the night. Listen to me. That heaviness is not fear. It is awareness. It is my hand preparing your heart for what you have not yet been able to see. I see what is forming behind the walls of your life, and I am calling you before it reaches you. There are things moving around you that you have not noticed. Choices are being made where you cannot hear them. Intentions are growing inside hearts you cannot fully understand. I know every single one of them. Nothing that takes place tonight will happen beyond my sight, and nothing will surprise me, even if it surprises you. So slow yourself down. Put aside what has been holding your attention, and listen with your whole heart. This is not a small warning hidden inside an ordinary hour. What is coming carries importance, and it will bring concealed things into the light. Some of what is shown will give you relief. Some of it will feel uncomfortable in your spirit, but all of it is needed. I am not trying to make you afraid. I am trying to awaken you. There is a difference between fear and awakening, and tonight you must understand it. Fear pulls you apart. Awakening brings you together. Fear makes you escape from truth. Awakening helps you stand inside the truth without being destroyed by it. You have been asking for change. Maybe you never spoke the words aloud, but I heard them anyway. I heard them in the way you sighed when no one was around. I heard them in the restlessness you could not understand. In the feeling that your life had moved away from the path it was meant to follow. You wanted something to change. You wanted something to finally open in your favor. Tonight is connected to that desire, but it will not come in the way you expected. You imagine change arriving softly, like a door slowly opening. But sometimes change comes like a stone falling into calm water. Sometimes your breakthrough begins with something that disturbs your comfort and makes you open your eyes. Do not reject the shaking. It is the first part of the answer. I have watched you carry heavy things without speaking. You smiled when people expected you to smile. You said you were okay when you were not. You kept yourself together in front of others and broke down quietly when the day was over. I saw every part of it. Not one hidden moment was missed by me. I know the thoughts that move around your mind late at night. The questions about where your life is going. The wondering if your effort has any meaning. The tiredness that reaches deeper than sleep can touch. I am not far away from any of this. I have been nearer to you in those hours than you allowed yourself to believe. That is why I am speaking so strongly now. I will not let you face what is coming without knowing what it means. A shepherd does not speak softly when the sheep are moving toward a cliff in darkness. He lifts his voice. My voice is lifted tonight because you matter to me, not because you have disappointed me. There is something near your life that has not been completely uncovered. It may be connected to a person. It may be connected to a choice. It may be connected to a truth that has been hidden from you, either on purpose or without intention. Tonight, something about it will be brought into the light, and after you see it, you will not be able to pretend you did not. You may feel surprised. You may feel deeply shaken. Let that feeling move through you without controlling you. Remember what I am telling you now. Nothing that is uncovered tonight is unknown to me. I allowed it to come forward now because this is the time when you are strong enough to face it. Do not respond from fear when things begin to happen. Remain calm, remain grounded. Fear will tell you to move fast, speak harshly, and make decisions too quickly. Wisdom will tell you to stay still and allow the truth to fully reveal itself. Choose to be still. I am with you there. What feels shocking has not come to destroy you. It has come to change your direction. It is a turn in the road, not the end of the road. If this truth had remained hidden for longer, it would have cost you much more than the pain of seeing it now. I am protecting you from a greater wound by allowing a smaller one. You have ignored what you knew inside before. You felt resistance in your spirit and convinced yourself it was nothing. You allowed other people to explain away what you already sensed. That is why I am speaking more loudly now. Tonight, when that inner knowing rises again, trust it. I placed it inside you for this exact moment. Keep this close as the night grows deeper. There is a blessing hidden inside this moment, even if it does not appear that way at first. What shocks you may also release you. What interrupts your life may open a door you never could have found by yourself. You are being placed where you need to be, not being punished. Declare your amen aloud if you believe my word is reaching you tonight. When faith responds with sincerity, it is natural for that faith to be expressed through action as well. My precious child, I am asking you now to do something that moves beyond words into action. Place a portion of your provision on the stone altar of this ministry as a living covenant of trust. Let what you release from your hand be the proof that you believe my hand will provide. This is not a transaction but a declaration, a holy act that says, I trust the giver more than the gift. Press your seed into the soil of this kingdom work, and watch as the harvest that has been waiting behind the dam of your release comes flooding through the vaults of heaven in response to surrendered hands. Open yours and see what I am holding for you on the other side. Now stay close and keep your heart attentive, because what I reveal next will help you recognize the first signs of what I have been preparing you for. Now let me explain how it will start. The first sign may look small, almost too easy to notice unless you are paying attention. A conversation that feels a little unusual. A word that comes without warning. A feeling that rises with more strength than expected. These are not random moments, they are signs. And I am directing your attention toward them. Pay attention tonight. Not with fear or nervous watching, but with calm awareness. Notice the words spoken around you. Notice the words left unsaid. Notice your own response, because even that will show you something. Everything that takes place in these hours has meaning, and every part is leading you toward a different direction. There is a person connected to your life whose intentions have not been fully clear. You may have trusted them completely, or you may have felt a quiet discomfort and decided to ignore it because looking more closely felt too painful. Tonight, something about that connection will become clear, and when it does, you will see that person as they truly are, not as you wished they were. Do not fear this. Seeing a person clearly is not an act of cruelty. It is an act of protection. I am not revealing this to destroy your heart. I am revealing it so your trust can finally remain where it belongs and be taken away from where it does not. I know there is a part of you that resists this. You have become familiar with certain people and certain situations, even the ones that slowly took your strength away. Comfort can be a gentle master but a terrible prison. It keeps you inside places you were supposed to leave. What feels shocking tonight is the noise of a lock being opened, not the sound of a door being closed. I am taking away what has no place in your future. Hear that clearly. Not everything close to you is meant to continue with you. Some things came for a season to teach you, strengthen you, and help you see yourself more clearly. When their purpose ends, I allow them to fall away. Do not join together again what I am loosening. And something else is beginning to move, not outside you, but inside you. You have silenced your voice for too long. You kept your truth inside to avoid conflict. You made yourself smaller so other people could remain comfortable. Tonight will awaken the part of you that will no longer accept silence. That change inside you matters just as much as anything taking place around you. A hidden truth coming into the world means very little if the truth within you remains hidden. Both are coming forward tonight. Allow them to rise together. When events begin to unfold, expect all your emotions to come at once. Confusion mixed with relief. Fear mixed with a strange peace you cannot explain. This combination does not mean there is something wrong with you. This is how truth often feels when it first arrives. Truth unsettles the ground before it makes it firm. Do not escape these emotions. Do not hide them beneath distractions or cover them with constant activity. Let them pass through you like changing weather. They are leading you toward a deeper understanding of your journey, and they will calm sooner than you expect. Remember this while the night moves forward. You are not being punished. You are not being left alone. I know how quickly your mind reaches for those thoughts when life becomes unstable. Release them. What is happening is a process, and that process is bringing you nearer to the place where you belong. Even the parts that feel difficult are being used for your good. I never waste discomfort. I never use your pain carelessly. When I allow a night like this, it is because what it creates within you is greater than what it asks from you. A pattern in your life is ending tonight. You have lived inside it for so long that you no longer noticed it. This pattern has appeared through different faces. Sometimes it looks like the same type of person coming with another name. Sometimes it is the same disappointment appearing in another form. The pattern keeps returning, and each time it returns, it keeps you trapped a little longer. Tonight you will finally recognize the pattern clearly, and after you recognize it, you will not be able to ignore it again. This is where real change begins. Not first through effort, but through seeing. No one can escape a maze while believing they are not inside one. You have asked me for answers during the moments when you felt lost. You wondered why some doors continued closing regardless of how strongly you pushed. Why certain emotions remained even after you tried to reason them away. Why the same kind of ending kept returning to you. Tonight is tied to those questions. What comes into the light will begin giving you the answers. Understanding will not arrive all at once. I rarely place the complete answer into your hands in a single hour, because you were not made to carry it that way. It will become clear slowly, like morning light entering a dark room. But it will become clear, and you will recognize that it came from me. I am asking you to trust me through the parts you cannot yet understand. Trust does not mean knowing every answer. Trust means believing that I can see what is hidden from you, and that I love you enough to move according to what I see. Keep that trust tonight, and you will remain steady through hours that once would have broken your peace. There is also an opportunity hidden within this moment. It may not appear clearly at first, but every time something false is removed, room is created for something true. Every time something hidden is uncovered, the ground becomes ready for something new. What is meant for you is already coming closer. But the old had to be removed first. You are stronger than you understand. You have lived through things that could have destroyed you. Yet you are still here, still listening for my voice. That same strength will support you through whatever takes place tonight. You will not break apart. I will not let that happen. As the night continues, protect your thoughts. Fear will try to change what you see, turning small shadows into frightening things. Reject it. Stay with what is true. I am beside you. I have gone ahead of you, and nothing that happens tonight is outside my control. If these words are reaching your spirit, say, I believe, and allow heaven to hear you. Something more is taking place underneath the surface of this night. A release has already started in your life. Something you have held onto for far too long is beginning to lose its power over you. It may be a thought you repeated again and again. A belief about yourself that was never true. A relationship that stopped giving life to you a long time ago. Tonight, that release starts becoming clear. Do not fight against what needs to go, even if it feels familiar. Something being familiar does not mean it belongs with you. Your hands were created to receive what I am placing into them, not to hold tightly to what I am removing. When you release what is no longer yours, space is created for what truly is. Empty hands do not mean loss. They mean you are prepared. There is a truth about your life that you have felt but never completely accepted. You have moved around it for months, perhaps even years, looking toward it for a moment, and then turning away. Tonight brings that truth near enough that turning away will no longer work. This is not meant to crush you. It is meant to end the tiredness that comes from pretending. When you finally accept what is true, the clarity you have been missing will come over you like fresh morning air. You are also coming near a moment where you must choose. It will not appear dramatic when it comes. It may look like a simple decision, one word spoken or left unspoken, one step taken or rejected. But its effect will be much greater than its appearance. The way you respond in that moment will shape what happens for a long time afterward. Decide from peace, not from fear. Follow the knowing inside you because I am present within it. My child, I am asking you to place a portion of what you have, something of real weight, upon the altar of this work, as gold laid on the scales of this calling. Let it be a seed sown into deep water, an offering set on stone, not held back in fear. This is proof that your trust rests in my hand to provide, and that your heart no longer clings to lack. What you release in faith does not leave your life. It moves ahead of you into the harvest I am preparing. Now, hear what follows the altar. Abraham climbed a mountain with everything he loved, and came down with more than he carried up. The widow of Zarephath gave her last handful of flour to a hungry prophet, and her jar did not run dry through the whole famine. This is how my kingdom has always worked. The open hand is filled. The clenched fist stays empty, holding only what it already had. You have been trained to question yourself, especially when everything around you feels uncertain. Voices from your past taught you to hold back, to seek permission, and to wait for someone more experienced to approve what you already understood. Tonight, I am calling you beyond that doubt. The understanding you need will not come from the voices around you. It will rise from the place inside you where my guidance has been resting quietly, waiting for you to hear it. There may be a moment tonight when you feel tested. Everything within you will want to return to the old pattern, the old response, the old silence. That moment matters more than you understand. It is not there to overcome you. It is there to reveal how much you have changed. When you respond differently, even one time, a cycle that has followed you for years begins to lose its hold. I saw how much effort it took for you to stay together during seasons no one else understood. I saw the battles you fought when no one was watching. The mornings you got up when getting up felt impossible. None of it was hidden from me. And none of it was wasted. It built something inside you piece by piece that tonight will begin to show itself. Your way of seeing is already changing. Can you feel it? Things that once confused you are beginning to come together. This is not because the facts have changed. It is because you are now looking from higher ground. From inside the valley, a road can look like disorder. From the top of the hill, you can see where every turn was taking you. A renewal is forming around you even while something else is coming to an end. This is how I work. I do not remove without also building. The same night that shuts one door is already preparing the entrance to another. Endings and beginnings are not against each other. They are two hands completing the same work. You were never meant to remain where you have been. I say it again so it settles deeply inside you. You were not meant to stay there. There is more ahead of you, more growth, more peace. and more purpose than the small space where you have been living. Tonight is one step toward it. Even if that step feels uncertain, remain in the present as events begin to happen. Do not run ahead into imagined tomorrows, and do not turn back toward old regrets. What stands before you is enough. Respond to it with awareness, one thing at a time, and you will remain in line with the path I am leading you along. And remember this above everything else that takes place tonight. You are not alone. Not in what is revealed, not in the decision, and not in the release. I am with you through every part of it, closer than your own breath. My presence does not weaken when your circumstances begin to shake. Tonight is not something you need to fear. It is something you need to understand. What feels shocking is only something hidden being brought into the light. And hidden things lose their power as soon as light reaches them. They can no longer confuse you, lead you, or quietly control you. This is what clarity does. It does more than give you information. It sets you free. You are being prepared for something greater than this night. Every experience you have passed through is part of that preparation, including the ones that made no sense when they happened. Tonight is part of that work. It is moving you nearer to the place I have been leading you toward from the beginning, one truth at a time. Now let me speak about what is rising inside you, because the work of this night is not only about what is leaving. There is a strength within you that has been waiting beneath the surface, quiet and patient like a root beneath cold ground. You did not notice it because your attention was fixed on your struggles, but those struggles were helping it grow. Tonight it begins to rise. You will first notice it in the way you respond. Something that once would have crushed you will affect you differently. You will hear painful words without falling apart. You will face uncertainty without losing yourself. Do not move past this too quickly. Stop and notice it because it is proof. You are no longer who you were. Your emotions will also rise tonight, and I want you to be ready for them. Feelings you buried for months will come up to breathe. Grief you never allowed space for. Anger you judged yourself for feeling. Longing you felt ashamed to admit. They are not rising to overwhelm you. They are rising so they can leave. What you allow yourself to feel fully can finally be released. You believed you had to carry everything by yourself. You wore that belief like clothing you never removed. Someone placed it in you a long time ago. They taught you that asking for help meant weakness. That every burden belonged only to you. It was never true. I have been beside you beneath every weight, waiting for you to place your part into my hands. Tonight, give it to me. Not through a great display, but through a quiet release inside. The kind no one else will ever see. Say within yourself, this is too heavy, and I was never meant to carry it alone. That simple surrender will accomplish more in you than a year of struggle. There is also something about your worth that must be settled tonight. You have valued yourself too little for too long. You accepted treatment you should have rejected. You offered your best to people who gave you their least. You called it patience, loyalty, or love. Some of it was simply forgetting whose child you are. I created you with purpose. I do not create anything without meaning. I do not make replacements or empty spaces. When you make yourself smaller to fit into places that were always too narrow, you are not showing humility. You are speaking against the one who made you. Tonight, that ends. Watch how this begins to change your voice. You will hear yourself speaking with fewer apologies surrounding your words. You will speak what is true without covering it in softness it does not require. This is not cruelty. It is honesty finally standing tall. Those who loved the smaller version of you may pull back. Those who truly love you will be glad. Fear must also be spoken about tonight, because fear has controlled more of your life than you want to admit. It sat beside your decisions. It changed your words before you could speak them. It convinced you to walk away from doors I had opened, and it convinced you to remain in places I had already finished with. Fear has acted like a false shepherd. and you followed it because its voice sounded like wisdom. Hear the difference now. My wisdom may tell you to wait, but it will never tell you to hide. My wisdom may tell you to be careful, but it will never tell you to become small. When a voice says that safety can only be found in shrinking, staying silent, or remaining where you are while slowly disappearing, that voice is not mine. Test every voice by this truth, and fear will no longer be able to hide itself. Tonight, fear loses more than its mask. It loses its place of control. Not because it will never speak again. It may continue whispering for years, but because you will no longer follow what it says. There is a difference between hearing fear and obeying it. From this night forward, you will hear it like rain falling on a roof. You will know it is there, but it will not be in control. Uncertainty may still come to you during the hours ahead. That is normal. You are stepping into a place you have never walked before, and new ground often feels unstable at the beginning. But feeling uncertain does not mean you are lost. A sailor on open water is not lost simply because the shore is out of sight. He still has his guiding star. You have me. I also want you to notice what begins happening in your body while this night does its work. The pressure you have carried in your chest. The way you stayed tense without even knowing it. The way you slept with your hands closed. Some of that starts to release tonight. Peace is not only a thought. It settles into your body. Let it settle. A peace is coming that may confuse you because it will arrive in the middle of everything, not after everything is over. You expected peace to come once the problems were gone. Instead, it will come while they are still there. Quiet, unexpected, and real. That is how you will know it comes from me. The peace of the world waits for the storm to end. Mine walks across the water. You have been asking for understanding without always saying the word. Every time you said, "I just need to know." Every time you turned the same question over in your mind at midnight, you were asking. Tonight is the beginning of my answer. Not the complete answer, but the first light of it. Receive it without demanding everything at once. And there is something inside you that is ready to move while another part of you is still trying to stop. Learn to recognize the difference between those two voices. The readiness is your strength speaking. It is the deep knowing I placed inside you. The hesitation is an old pattern. When you feel that pull forward tonight, do not fight against it. It is not carelessness. It is the open door before you. You were not created to remain on the shore you have held onto. There is deeper water waiting for you. More growth than you have known. More peace than you have experienced. And more purpose than you have been willing to speak aloud. Every truth this night reveals is another piece of the bridge leading toward it. So remain present. Do not try to control what I am doing. Do not hold tightly to the result. Allow each hour to show you what it carries, and respond only to what is truly before you. That is how you walk with me through a night like this. One honest step after another. Now I want to speak to you about time because most of your struggle with me has really been a struggle with timing. You believed I had the power. What you questioned was my schedule. You watched other people receive what you had prayed for much longer, and you wondered whether your requests had been placed in some forgotten place in heaven. Nothing belonging to you was forgotten. Hear me clearly. But my timing does not obey your urgency, and there is mercy in that, even when it has not felt merciful. Fruit made to ripen too soon becomes bitter. Bread removed from the fire too early remains uncooked in the middle. Some things you asked for, if they had arrived when you demanded them, would have come before you were ready to carry them without being hurt. Think about a field that a farmer allows to rest. To impatient eyes, it appears abandoned, like useful ground being wasted. But beneath the surface, the soil is recovering, receiving back what years of harvest removed from it. Your quiet seasons were not signs of abandonment. The ground of your life was being prepared to support what is coming so the next harvest would not leave you empty. Think about a river. It does not travel in a straight line. and from the shore its curves may appear like wandering. But the river is not lost. It is finding the only path the land will allow. It moves around rocks it cannot break and slowly cuts through what it can. Your path has moved in the same way. What you called delays were the water finding its proper course. Think about Joseph in the pit and later in prison. Between the dream and the throne were years that looked like a mistake. Yet the road that appeared to take him away from the promise was the only road that could bring him into it. He could not reach Pharaoh's palace from the tent where he lived as his father's favorite son. The road had to pass through Egypt. You have also had your Egypt. It was a path, not a sentence. So when tonight's shaking makes you want to say, "I am too late," remember Lazarus. His sisters counted the days, and according to their count, hope had already ended. I stood before that tomb on the 4th day, not the 1st, because I wanted them to understand that nothing is too late when I am present. The stone moves when I say it moves. What people call finished I call waiting. What they close and leave behind, I visit at the appointed time. Hold that truth close whenever your situation tries to give you a final answer that I never gave. Trust the process even when you cannot follow every part of it. A weaver's work viewed from underneath looks like knots and crossed threads with no purpose. The design can only be seen from above. You have been viewing your life from underneath. I see it from above, and I tell you that the threads are not confused. They have been placed. In the days that follow tonight, you will begin to notice small openings. An unexpected act of kindness. A door left slightly open that was always closed before. A thought that comes with unusual strength and refuses to leave. Do not call these things coincidence. They are stepping stones placed one by one, and each one holds the next part of your path. Step onto them as they appear. Do not remain still while demanding to see the entire crossing before you move your foot. I give light for the step you are taking and the one that follows. This has always been my way. Enough light for obedience, but not so much that you no longer need me. You will also notice that waiting begins to feel different. There is one kind of waiting that destroys your peace, and another kind that rests. The first watches the road with its body tense. The second prepares the table because it knows the guest will arrive. From tonight, I am moving you from the first kind into the second. The road is the same, but the heart is different. Other people may not understand your calmness. They will look at your situation, then look at your face, and they will not understand why the two do not match. Let them wonder. You do not have to explain a peace you did not create. Some things are understood only by those who have stood in their own long night and heard my voice there. And do not become jealous of another person's season. The tree that blooms first is not always the greatest tree in the orchard. Each one responds to its own appointed month. When you compare your progress to another person's spring, you speak wrongly about your own winter. And your winter has been doing faithful work. There is a harvest ahead of you, and I want you prepared for the way it comes. Harvests do not usually announce themselves. They begin with one ripe thing where there was nothing the day before. Then another. And suddenly the entire field becomes heavy. Then the question is no longer whether fruit has appeared, but whether your arms are strong enough to carry it. Prepare your arms. Allow your expectation to become wider than your circumstances. But understand what being ready truly means. It does not mean being perfect. It means being in position. Be found where I told you to stand, doing what I placed in your hands, while keeping your heart open toward me. Rain falls on the field that is in position. It cannot fill barns built in another land made only of wishes. Tonight is part of placing you in the right position. That is why the shaking was permitted. Some things had to fall from your hands, so they would be empty when the right moment arrived. Some of your sight had to be restored, so you could recognize the opening when it came. Everything is coming together. Nothing about this night stands separate from the whole, so continue walking even through the dark part. The dark part is still part of the road. It does not stop being the road, just because you cannot see where it ends. Reach for my hand and take the next step. Let the step after that wait until it's time. This is how deserts are crossed. Not in one great moment, but one step after another, with enough mana for each new morning. Say, I trust. Out loud if you believe my timing more than your own. Now let me show you who you are becoming. Because tonight is not only an ending, it is also a revealing. The person who wakes tomorrow will still carry the same name and the same face. But something deep in the foundation will have changed. You are moving from one way of living into another, and I want you to notice the crossing while it is happening. The first sign of this new season will be a quiet confidence. Not the loud kind that tries to impress a room. The kind that rests inside you like weight in the bottom of a ship, unseen, but keeping everything steady. It will not need praise to remain. It will not fall apart when someone questions you. It will be rooted in what you know, not in what other people approve. You will first notice it in small moments. You will make a choice without asking 5 people for permission. You will let criticism move past you without giving it a permanent place. You will hear no and still remain whole. These moments may look small, but they are not. They are the new foundation beginning to carry weight. Your priorities are already changing. Things that once took all your attention are slowly losing their appeal. Conversations you once chased now feel empty. Places that once pulled you in now make you want to return home. Do not grieve this change. Nothing is wrong with you. Your desires change when you change. What is fading is making space for what is coming. You will begin to desire depth where you once accepted noise. You will desire what is real where you once accepted what was easy. You will desire my presence in ways that even surprise you. Feed that desire. It is the most honest direction you have. A purpose is beginning to form within you, and I want to speak about it carefully. You have asked why you are here, sometimes through words and sometimes through long nights staring at the ceiling. The answer has been forming inside you all along. It has been built from everything you have lived through. Nothing you suffered stands outside of it. The compassion in you was shaped during the hours when no one comforted you. You know how to sit beside broken hearts because you know which words bring healing and which ones cause more pain. That understanding came at a cost, and it was not gained for no reason. There are people ahead of you who can only be reached through the scars you carry. Do not ask me for the entire plan tonight. Purpose is not given like a complete map opened all at once. It appears the same way a road appears to the person walking on it. What I will give you is the next task, the next person, and the next act of obedience. Walk in what you already have, and more will meet you along the way. You will also carry yourself differently around people now. Some will notice the change before you speak about it. A calmness in your presence, a refusal to be hurried, and the absence of the anxious feeling you once carried. They may not know how to explain it, but they will sense it because being aligned carries its own quiet strength. Not everyone will be happy about this. Understand that now so it does not hurt you later. Some people built their comfort around you staying small. Your silence gave their voice more room. Your bending made their hardness easier to live with. When you begin standing upright, those arrangements will feel pressure. Let them feel it. You are not responsible for the comfort others created through your compromise. But also notice the people who begin coming closer. There are people appointed for this next season of your life. Some you already know, and others have not reached you yet. They will understand what you carry, and you will know them by the peace you feel when you are with them. Strength meeting strength without causing harm. Give those relationships your best attention. From tonight, you are also finished with begging for reassurance. That constant checking, that need to hear again and again that you are enough, that everything will be okay, and that you have not been forgotten. It came from an old wound, and that wound is beginning to close. In its place, A quiet knowing is growing that does not need to be confirmed every hour. This does not mean you will never feel unsteady. It means feeling unsteady will no longer make you fall. You will feel doubt pass near you and still remain standing. That is not pride. That is how healing feels. A healed bone no longer needs a crutch, even though the memory of limping may stay for a while. Acceptance is also doing its quiet work within you. You are making peace with what happened, not because it was right, but because fighting with the past was taking too much from your present. Some questions from your past may never be answered in this life. You are learning to place them at my feet and continue living. That is not giving up. That is wisdom shaped by the road you have walked. And closure is coming to things that remained unfinished. Some of it will come through what is revealed tonight. Some of it will come because you finally stop opening what I already closed. Not every ending needs a ceremony. Some doors close quietly, and the proof that they are closed is the peace you feel as you walk away. Protect this new part of yourself in the days ahead, because old patterns will try to call you back. The old hunger for approval, the old habit of becoming small, and the old way of carrying burdens that never belonged to you. They will come knocking in familiar forms. You do not have to open the door. Seeing clearly is your protection. You cannot be quietly pulled back into something you now understand. I am telling you these things before they fully happen, so that when they do, you will know they were not random. You will remember that I spoke about them before they came, on this night, through this word given to you. And that memory will keep you steady when the changes begin to stretch you. Let this night become a stone of remembrance, marking the moment everything began to turn. Now listen to my final word for this night, because morning is coming, and I want you prepared for it. What happens tonight is not meant to become only a memory you visit again. It is meant to become the ground on which you build. Many people receive a word and feel moved for one evening. Few allow that word to change the rest of their life. Be one of the few. When the sun rises, the world may look normal again. The same rooms, the same duties, and the same people sitting at the same tables. Do not be fooled by what looks unchanged. You are not returning to your old life. You are walking through familiar surroundings as a different person, and that changes what those surroundings can do to you. In a day or a week, you may feel tempted to explain this night away. You may call it a mood, a strange evening, or a passing wave of emotion. That temptation is the thief trying to take the seed. Protect what was planted within you. Repeat it to yourself when doubt begins to argue. Do not dismiss anything that I have placed inside you. Remember what was shown and hold it without bitterness. If someone was revealed to you as they truly are, thank me for giving you sight. And do not waste your strength by hating them. Bitterness would tie you to the very thing I work to remove you from. Place them into my hands. My justice does not need the help of your anger, and your future has no space for the weight of it. Remember also what rose inside you, the voice that became stronger, the courage that came forward, and the peace that arrived even though your circumstances did not invite it. These are not temporary visitors. They live within you now. When old situations try to call back the old version of you, let what now lives in you answer. Move slowly through the days ahead. Not with hesitation, but slowly. There is a difference. Hesitation is fear pretending to be caution. Slowness is wisdom refusing to be hurried. Choices will come before you, some of them quickly. Bring them to me first. One moment of asking can save you from a whole season of trying to untangle things. And watch your words carefully in this next season. What I showed you tonight is not meant for every person to hear. Some revelations are food for your own table, not seed to be scattered in every field. Joseph shared his dream too freely and walked into years of trouble because of it. Let the change in your life speak before your mouth does. Words can come later. When the fruit is clear and no defense is needed, you will stumble somewhere on the road ahead. I tell you this not to weaken you, but to remove the shame before it comes. Stumbling on a new road does not mean you have returned to the old one. When it happens, do not remain in the dust preparing speeches about how you failed. Reach for my hand, rise, and keep moving. My mercy does not come once a year or once a month. It is new every morning, and it will be new on that morning as well. Care for the people I have placed near you, the ones you love and the ones you carry in prayer. Some of them are watching your life more closely than you realize, reading it like a written message. The calmness you carry after this night will speak to them without a single sermon. Your peace will make them desire what you have. Your light will make them wonder where the flame came from. But do not make yourself responsible for waking everyone else. You cannot force another person to open their eyes. You can only live awake in front of them. Pray for them. Show them the same patience I have shown you. Remember how many quiet years I called before you finally listened. Give others that same space and trust me to work during the hours you cannot see. Provision has already been prepared for the road in front of you. I do not send anyone into a calling without giving what they will need. Manna did not appear before the wilderness required it. Yours will meet you in the same way, exactly when the need becomes real, and not 1 hour sooner. Do not compare tomorrow's journey with what you hold today. That way of counting has frightened you long enough. Your provider walks beside you, and the supply goes wherever the owner goes. And understand this about those who hurt you, the people whose faces still return to your thoughts. I saw it all. Nothing done to you in secret has been hidden from me. You no longer need to keep the record. Give the accounts to me. As snorts, some debts I will settle where you can see it, and some I will settle where you never will. But not one detail has escaped my attention. You are free to live without carrying the numbers of old wounds. What I desire most for you in this coming season is closeness. Not more religion. Not more activity. Closeness. Speak to me through the simple words of your normal day. Bring me your questions before they turn into worry, and bring me your worries before they become storms. The door between you and me has no lock on my side. It never has. I am with you when the road is clear and when it cannot be seen. I am with you in rooms where people honor you, and in rooms where they misunderstand you. I am with you in the strength of the morning, and in the honesty of midnight. There is no hour you can enter where I have not already gone before you. So move into what comes next without fear. The night that made you afraid was carrying gifts. The shaking you prepared yourself against was putting things back into order. Later on, you will look back at this evening and recognize it as the point where the direction of your life began to turn. And you will be thankful that you did not turn away when my voice called you. My child, we have traveled a long road together to arrive at this night. And the road before you holds more light than any road behind you. Raise your head. Release your hold on what has ended. Open your hands to what is starting. The old has completed its purpose, and the new is already standing at the door. Go now and rest, and allow sleep to come without protecting yourself from the darkness. Nothing moving through this night has authority over you. My watch does not stop when your eyes close. I will remain awake over you until morning. And when morning comes, I will still be speaking. Listen for me in the light just as you listened in the darkness. Receive my peace now, not only as a thought, but as something covering you. Let it rest over your mind, your body, your home, and every person beneath your roof. What was spoken over you tonight has been sealed, and no hand can open what I have closed. You are seen. You are protected. You belong to me. If you are ready to enter what I have prepared, declare, "Yes, Lord, I am ready." And let those words become your first step. We run on viewer support only. For exclusive member-only content, scan the QR or see the pinned comment. God bless you.